It was the dawn of our usual Sunday at St. Thomas Hostel, and the students were still asleep in their dormitories. Something unusual was happening in the room 101. Their three friends, Gimme, Simi, and Arna from Gate 4 were excitedly getting ready, in taking turns in front of mirror, but they weren't going anywhere. So what could they be doing? Arna, Simi, Gana and Arna had been reading up a lot about wizards and witches lately. One day they had a spectacular idea. The idea was to dress up as witches and act like them all day. It was the Halloween week anyway. And they had read people done costumes, serve each other trick or treat and carves jack-o'-lantern on Halloween. So they had spent the previous day buying costumes, gloves, stockings, pointy hats, etc. Finally the day arrived. They donned their clothes and got ready with their fake potions to go to the fourth floor. All the students of St. Thomas Hostel were aware that they weren't supposed to wander on the fourth floor of the hostel the hostel because it is out of the boundaries for children. Only a handful of teachers were ever seen there. They reached the fourth floor, and it was the most isolated and earless and the strange silent place in the entire hostel. But wait, what was the sound? There seemed to be some sort of spooky music coming out from one of the rooms. Before they knew it, they had already opened the door in curiosity, but just they saw was just an ordinary room with lots and lots of toolboxes and science equipment kept in. Just then the door shut behind with a bang behind them, and they were locked. Arna read aloud the word inscribed at the back of the door. Welcome strangers. Say the door and hole of the hostel, the only floor where you aren't allowed in is this. You don't be proud, because once you are in, you cannot get out, my dears. Unless you solve the mysteries of this room, you can escape. This must be a kind of Halloween joke, right? Said Simi. But other two were already looking around for clues to get out, and there it was. Lift the iron crate without bending down. It said, there, shrieked Gina, pointing to a massive iron crate that was closed, and its contents could not be seen. How on earth are we ever going to lift this without bending? Simi looked puzzled. Look carefully, said Anna. There seemed to be a wheel attached to the wall ahead, and she quickly grabbed a hook and a thick rope from the toolbox nearby. She then fit the rope into the groove in the wheel and attached the other end to the box with a thick hook. Firmly, she used this pulley to lift the box, and voila, the box was lifted off the ground. Excitedly, she released the rope. The rope and the box fell back with a thump. A trap door activated below the box. They did open, the box went sliding down a slope, but they didn't hear it. And the floor finally they, they saw an opening out of the room, but into the unknown. They were unsure if the box had landed on something soft and didn't make a sound, or if the slope was so deep that the box was still rolling down endlessly. While we all of while all of them had their ears to the trapdoor to hear something and decide the next step, Simi felt something brush her ear. It was a giant spider. Spiders were Simi's biggest phobia. As she screamed in terror, the trio looked up from the trapdoor and knew that more spiders were coming. With no doubt, Simi jumped through the trapdoor and chose the uncertain fall over the spiders. Arna and Gimme too saw no other option but to follow her into the trapdoor. Soon they realized they were sliding down on a long cloth piece. The slide took them out of the hostel's building. A few seconds, Simi felt head first into a pile of pillows as Arna fell at the top of her and Gimme added the pile shortly. It could be a hard fall and pile of pillow not be exactly in place to observe the entire from the fall. All unharmed but shocked, the trio got up only to find the entire hostel standing right in front of them, laughing. After a glance around, they realized they had reached the hostel ground from the fourth floor. Happy Halloween! So, our three witches didn't have magic to save them after all, said the science teacher, Mr. Henry. We knew you were planning to go to the fourth floor and all about your Halloween plan, explained Kashif, out of the breath with laughers. But what about the giant spider? Cried Simi in exhaustion and nervousness. It was just a fake one. We were operating it with a remote control, added Ridhima, their friends, who probably was the one who told about everyone what they were up to. And that's how the three witches who got tricked on Halloween and were saved on sign. But this plan might be harmful for the children, so please don't try.